I'd like to call the meeting to order. We're having such a great time up here. We didn't even realize it was 9 o'clock till all our audience were all just waving their arms to let us know that it was 9 o'clock. So good morning and welcome to the Governing Board Elections Committee meeting. The time is, and I did start before it went to the 01, so we did start at 9 o'clock. Thank you. I'm all out of order here because I was goofing off. First thing I'd like to do is read the meeting procedure statement. The governing board and its committees conduct all of their meetings in compliance with the Arizona Planned Community Association open meeting laws per Arizona State Regulations 33-1804 and in concert with the Rec Center of Sun City West bylaws, policies, and standing rules. Parliamentary procedures, as outlined in the most recent edition of Robert's Rules of Order, will also be followed in all meetings as appropriate and consistent with Bylaw 3.07, the procedures for owner-member meetings, and Standing Rules number 2 and 3. This was adopted by the Governing Board in January of 2025, and we'll have a test later to see how many of you remember exactly what was said. On the agenda, line item number 2.01, are to approve the minutes from February 7th, 2025. These meetings were posted, and do we have a consensus to accept the minutes of February 7th, which was a closed meeting? Okay. Line item 2.02 is to approve the minutes of our closed meeting of February 28th. These meetings were also posted. Do we have a consensus to accept the minutes of February 28th? Thank you. So these minutes are accepted and will be filed as distributed. Under new business, line item 3.01, candidate forum review. First of all, I really and sincerely thank all of the committee who attended our forums. And of course, I thank our candidates who attended the forum. And then we also had, of course, Rec Center support as well as our AV support. So thank you to all. The events were a bit long, but we erred on the side of caution because we've never had such a large group of candidates. So we weren't sure how it would run time-wise, but our goal was to ensure everybody had a chance to speak, and I think they did. Originally, I was somewhat disappointed in the attendance, in-person attendance, for the open forum, because I really thought we'd be turning people away at the door. However, I think that people have gotten used to viewing online. I mean, it is much easier, I admit. And when I checked last night on how many views on the open forum, there were 1,123, which I thought was fantastic. Now, whether they watched the whole 3 hours or not, I don't know, but at least they checked in, so that was great. The meet and greet, I was pleased with the attendance on the meet and greet, and I think the whole committee commented that, that it was a good turnout. We guesstimate around 120 folks attended, and those speeches, the 2-minute speeches from that, will also be posted online, so you can look at those. But yes, now we had allowed extra time. Last year we went till 8 o'clock, but we were pushing people out at 8 o'clock. So this year we went to 8:30. But it cleared out fairly quickly, although I have to admit the committee didn't leave till 8:30. There were a few stragglers, so we could probably decrease it next year, but I think, again, to err on the side of caution and in fairness. And then, too, one thing that I was looking up just because I wanted to know, and people have asked, so I just want to throw in, people wonder how many people actually vote. And it's not that great a turnout. In 2021, we had a recall election, and it was about 34%. We had about 8,500 people out of approximately 26,000 available votes. So about 34%. The last regular election that we had was in 2022, and we only had 17%. And that's probably, I'll be happy if it goes above that this year. I'll be thrilled if it goes way above that this year. So 17% in 2022. In 2023, we didn't even have an election, unfortunately, because there wasn't enough interest. 2023, we had a recall election, which was 36%. And in 2024, we had 39% turnouts. We had about 9,700 people for around 25,000 that could vote. But that was the RV parking referendum. So we had a huge turnout on that. So it looks like the trick to get people out to vote is either recalls or referendums, which I hope we don't have to use anymore. But gosh, it sure would be great if people would turn out in numbers like that this year, especially since we have 10 candidates. So that's all I have to say on the candidate forum review. Did any of the committee members want to comment on anything for the forums? No. But great job to all concerned. Line item 3.02, new opportunity for candidate campaigning. We had our meet and greet just this week, but with such a large group of candidates, we realized that our members might not be able to talk one-on-one to everyone. However, I also think any way that we can give our candidates an opportunity to talk about what they care about to the members, then we should do it. I believe that we should also promote this election in any way we can. So the Rec Center has Munchie Monday, which you may have seen advertised on this Monday. And on Munchie Monday, clubs will have an opportunity to set up booths, and they can share crafts with kids that might attend, or they can just promote their clubs. And I think that since it is a way, it's not your average community event where people are sitting listening to music or anything like that. So it's an open event where people can move about. So we asked the Rec Center if there was any way that we could have a special booth, a corner where our candidates could talk with the members. Now, we tell the candidates that they can't interrupt anyone's enjoyment of activities. That's how we talk to them about how they should campaign, what they can and can't do. However, by having this separate area, it will be up to the members to walk in to talk to the candidates. It will be the members' choice to talk to the candidates. So we figured by that, it would be allowable. And also for the candidates, because we talk about how low the voter turnout is, the people who are willing to go in there and ask questions of the candidates, these are interested voters, and these are potential voters. So I believe that it is a fantastic opportunity for the candidates, and also, like I say, to promote interest in the election. We don't normally have anyone ask questions when we are during the agenda. However, I did see one hand raised, so if it's just a quick question that I need to clarify anything, go ahead. Yes, it will be one tent, and we'll have some tables. I'm not sure. I'm going to try and get a layout of the area, and then I'm going to send it out to all candidates and show them where it's going to be and provide more details. So that will be coming out. There will be tables. Yes, there will be tables and chairs. And it's going to be, and that's what I like about this. It's a different atmosphere than the meet and greet or the open forum, because hopefully it's going to be sunshine. I think it's going to be a rather warm day on Monday. And I think it's I think that the being outside, there's going to be a DJ at some point in the afternoon. There's going to be food trucks. And it's just a laid back, real Sun City West, enjoying the community sort of feel. So I do believe it's a unique opportunity for the candidates. And that's the plan. So would anyone from the committee have any comments on that? Okay, moving on to line item 3.03, to finalize in-person voting day, the committee roles and responsibilities. March 31st. Oh my gracious. Just a little over a week away. And I mean, I can't believe way back in January, that it's already here. And not to say it too loud, but it can't get here quickly enough for me. But that's just an aside. For our committee, I would like for you to arrive between 8:15 and 8:30 for training and just to get the layout of the room. It's hard to predict, how busy we'll be. And so we have approximately 7 roles on the day. However, we have asked, Torch is going to send over 3 folks to help us. And because last year the committee didn't even get breaks. I mean, it was hectic. I really don't think it'll be like that this year. But again, to err on the side of caution, we have a couple of extra folks. So the roles will be, we will have someone outside to pre-check the membership cards to make sure that everyone that comes in indeed can vote, legally vote. Now, one thing that we had a problem with last year was the room got so crowded. And we want to make sure that people have privacy when they vote. So this year, we will be a bit stricter on how many people we allow into the room. So we will also have someone inside the door restricting how many people can come in at one time. We're also going to have some airport-style barrier to guide people so they're not standing behind any of the computers. So there'll be 2 people on check-in. And then we'll have a member directing them to the sign-in table. There's a desk where people have to go because we will have our committee members will be on the computers. They will look up a person's status to ensure that their dues are paid, that they are indeed members, and that's where they mark that they are voting. And this ensures, that no one can vote twice. If we're crowded, we will also resort to handing out little chips to show that someone has signed in. And then when they go to the computer to actually cast their ballot, there will be volunteers to open their ballots, and then also we'll ask for the chip so that we know that they are indeed signed in. It's just a double check to make sure everything is just right. So we'll probably have 2 people on the sign-in for voting, and there will be training on that morning. And then we'll probably have 3 folks assisting with opening ballots. And again, we will have 3 other people from Torch so that we can rotate around and give folks breaks. Any questions on that? Y'all are easy this morning. Online voting is already open, and I've seen comments on Facebook where people have already voted. I've already voted. We have a few, yeah. And homebound voting, we have also accepted some homebound voting. That's very limited. In fact, this year we only have 3 people have requested homebound voting. But so that's on. And so no questions on, and like I say, we'll have the training on that. So then moving to line item 4.0, first of all, I'll ask for committee comments on anything. Yes, Ron.
Well, I just wanted to thank the committee for the help that they gave to me as moderator of that forum. It was quite the experience, but I thought it ran rather smoothly, all things considered. The candidates were amenable, and they were certainly respectful of each other. So kudos to you guys that are out there watching right now, and those that may be watching online. It was a good experience.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's why I let you do it instead of me. And Katie, you had a comment there?
Yeah, Luann, I just wanted to see if you wanted to talk about what's going to happen after 3 o'clock. So when the candidates can come, when other people can come.
Yes. I guess I should say that. The polls close at 3 o'clock. And then Katie and I will run to a little corner and do magic and get everything in order. And then we will let the candidates know when we are ready to make the announcement. We will not have folks come in to the Data Resource Center until we're ready to make the announcement, because there will be, work going on, getting everything in order. I know that everybody, you might have your campaign workers or spouses, significant others, and I'm sure folks will be very excited to come in and hear the results. However, the number of folks allowed inside may be limited due to space. We'll see how that goes on the day. And then the president of the governing board will make the announcement. Katie, is there anything you can think to add?
No, just that non-voters and non-election workers won't be allowed in the room until the last voter is left. So if they're in line at 3, they can vote, and then once they're done, maybe it's 3:05, then you can decide when you want to let people in.
Yeah, but it won't be until we have everything in order, until we're ready to make the announcement, because there'll be some concentration going on, getting everything downloaded properly. So we like to kind of keep the pandemonium to a minimum until that's all ready. Any questions on that part of it? Okay, do we have any comments from our audience members? Now, if you would like to make a full comment, you will need to come up and sign in with your rec center member number and also your name.
Testing. My name is Dave Bennett. Rec card number is 137887. I just want to thank the committee for the process going through. You've been very helpful. I did have a couple of clarifications, though. Just where we're allowed to campaign. Biggest one is the golf courses. I'm not going to be running out on the course but they all have restaurants or little snack things, and they've got tables inside, outside. But anybody can go there, and it's like a restaurant. They don't have to be members or anything. I didn't know where I could campaign, actually. If they're outside after their rounds drinking beer at the tables, can I approach them about it? Or only if they're in the parking lot, on the side, from the parking lot if they're on the sidewalks or something.
Stay out of those parking lots,
Yeah,
especially if they're in there drinking beer.
yes.
No, if it's an imaginary cover, I'm not sure how all of the golf courses are laid out. But if someone's in there sitting around tables, they're having fun talking about their golf game or making up scores and such as that. So no, campaigning is not allowed at the tables or inside anyway inside the pro shop. So it would have to be, at the entrance, outside the entrance. So no, you can't campaign at tables and such as that.
Okay, thank you. The other one is on the 31st with people in line, where, like I campaign at the library on Tuesdays because it's sometimes outside the front of the library because it's been closed for 2 days. So I talk to people, don't harass them. I just show them my shirt, and if they have a question, I answer. But I didn't know I heard some negative things about last year because there were long lines and people going up to the lines. There may not be long lines, but I just wanted clarification. And I heard there were vehicles parked with signs and things. So I just wanted to know, you went over it, in the initial greetings, but that's been a long time ago.
Yeah, actually, thank you for asking that question, Dave. And we'll probably, we'll have to play it by ear. We will pay more attention to what's going on in the parking lot this year. And we will that morning have areas roped off and such. Of course, there's no campaigning in the parking lots for sure. And what we will ask, and I'll again send out something to the candidates. I know folks like to put things on their golf carts and such, and that's fine. But we will ask that people kind of at least keep their vehicles to the side because we're going to want, we want the parking lot for people coming in to park to vote. And plus, some people have trouble walking and such as that. So we hope that people will kind of park to the side. Also, we're going to be aware there is no campaigning in the line when folks are standing in line to vote. And that's state regulation. So we will be paying more attention to that. Last year was an exception because we had lines all the way back to Meeker Avenue. So we will have, the space is limited there, and especially with the 75-foot rule, but we will have areas marked off, so hopefully it'll be clear. And, and if something's going on that it shouldn't, we might come out and visit. So it should work out on the day. But thank you for asking that.
Good
Jack.
morning.
Good morning.
Jack Rizick, 131696. Again, like David, I want to thank the committee. I thought you did an exemplary job of controlling us under most circumstances. Not every all, but most. The one thing I did bring up, and I brought it up to Katie yesterday, when you send out your initial notice of the vote, of the online vote, it's not, because if I had one, I had 40 people ask me. I didn't get a ballot. I don't have anything yet. And Katie explained it to me yesterday afternoon at the Torch Academy. But I would like to see next year, when you send that out, say, these go out in batches. You may not get a ballot the first day. Actually, Katie, I didn't get mine till 5 o'clock this morning.
Oh.
Yeah, it might be my computer. Do not misunderstand me. It could be my computer. But yeah, 5 o'clock this morning, I got mine. My wife got hers at 11 o'clock last night. So, who knows? But I think it just should be made clear that all ballots don't go out and can't be out at one time. And Katie explained it really well. If we send it all at one time, they're all going to go to spam. So, and that's actually where I found mine. So, but again, thank you very much. You guys did a great job.
Thank you, Jack. And I know, it was certainly in separate Rec Center e-news and such as that, because I know I saw it about that how it would be spaced out because the vendor has to be careful so it's not tagged as spam, and that's why they spread it out. But I hear what you're saying about any time that we mention online voting. Of course, you know, we try and write so much about everything, and then bottom line doesn't matter because people aren't going to read it anyway. So, but yes, thank you for your comment. And also, I mean, anyone who has we at our final meeting, we will be having we will contribute the committee recommendations on how we think that the process can be improved. And if you have some thoughts, any thoughts on it, you know, let us know. Write to us or show up, and because we want this to be a smooth process.
I think your numbers, your estimate on the number of percentage of people that will vote, because there are 10 candidates this year, I'm betting it's going to be up to 50%.
Oh boy, Jack. You know what? I might even have to buy you dinner if you can get 50% out of it. Oh, yeah, probably some did too much. that was just a joke, y'all. I don't want to hear that. But oh my gosh, you know how thrilled I would be if we could get 50%. I will be thrilled if we could get 35%. But yeah. Any other comments? I hope so. We need it. So is there?
Marianne, may I would just like to add that if you go on the Sun City West website with the 2025 Governing Board election schedule, it is explained how the ballots are sent out and that everyone may not. So it is out there. Maybe there are other venues that can be used to promote it, but it is out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No other comments? We're going to adjourn the meeting at 9:28. Thank you, everyone, for making it easy. And thank you for your helpful comments, and thank you for your attendance. And our last committee meeting will be held on April 4th at 9 a.m. here in the lecture hall. And meanwhile, good luck to all our candidates, and it's almost here. So thank you. Oh. Oh, yes, thank you, thank you. There were no YouTube, there were no online questions. That Merle keeps us straight here. Thank you.